I love camera backpacks, but finding the right one for travel in particular has been a long and treacherous road of bulky, uncomfortable bags. But after more than 20 backpacks and countless trips, I think I found the one, and it is the Nomatic Luma 18-litre camera backpack. So in the world of camera related things, accessories or whatever, backpacks must by far be what I've bought the most of. I've owned all the popular bags from all the big brands, and many have come and gone over the years. I mean, just take a look at how many I have just in my house right now, not even counting the ones that are in storage. So I've had a chance to really try so many bags over the years, and many of the ones that I own serve different purposes, but I've always really struggled to find one for travel specifically. And as a result, I've really suffered on a couple of trips due to uncomfortable, frustrating backpacks, and I'm looking at you mainly, Peak Design. So let's get into why I love this Nomatic, or if you're outside of the States, Gomatic Luma backpack. Really quick before we take a general look at the bag, let me make a quick disclaimer. I purchased this backpack with my own money, and I have no relationship at all with Gomatic or Nomatic. So this video is just my totally honest opinion on this backpack after owning it for over a year and countless trips and countless countries visited with this bag. And with that out of the way, just looking at the overall design, this is an 18-litre backpack, and I really appreciate that it doesn't look too much like a camera bag in my opinion. It's not super technical looking. I don't think it screams expensive camera gear. I don't want my travel backpack to attract too much attention when I'm exploring new cities in particular. I got mine in this green color, but it does come in other colors as well, like a standard black, but there's also a gray and a rusty orange color. The outside of the backpack is made from an actually really tough water resistant 900D polyester, and the bag's also fitted with YKK zippers, and in general, I have not babied this backpack at all. It has seen wet environments and dusty environments. It's been on beaches and all over the place with me, and it's actually held up great with barely any visible wear and tear. The backpack is super lightweight as well, and I love that the profile of the bag is really nice and slim, much slimmer than most of my other backpacks. And this is great when you are navigating crowds and busy cities. And the bag also slides nicely under the seat in front on a plane. There's some webbing here at the front and at the sides where you can attach any kind of external accessories that you want to with a carabiner, and you can even attach a tripod at the front here by putting the legs in this pocket, and then there's a supplied hook cable to secure it up here with the webbing. There's also this side pocket, and this is where I usually store a tripod or maybe a water bottle when I don't have a tripod with me. And when nothing's in it, as you can see, it secures down nicely with a magnetic closure. And again, this just keeps the profile of the bag nice and tidy. Onto the back of the bag has this nice soft air mesh back panel. And this really makes this backpack very breathable, which is great because when I'm traveling, I'm often using it on long walks in the blazing sun. We've also got an adjustable sternum strap and also nice, thick, soft shoulder straps that are really comfortable. There's also a laptop sleeve up here that stores up to a 16-inch laptop. So that's the bag, and so far, no crazy standout unique features or anything like that, right? But let's get into the main 3 reasons why I love this backpack for travel. And reason number 1 is accessibility. And this is huge. This backpack pretty much ticks all the boxes when it comes to accessing your gear. We've got, of course, the traditional rear camera access where you can put the bag down and access everything within this clamshell style opening, which reveals the really generous internal storage compartment for all of your equipment. And we also have side access, which is great for accessing your camera quickly and safely without having to put your bag down, which there are times I really want to avoid putting my bag on the ground, especially when, say, traveling in a busy city or in a wet environment. And this is where I keep my main camera, and Nomatic have put it on the correct side in my opinion, because I've got a couple of bags with quick side access, but I generally have it on the opposite side of the bag, but I much prefer it like this on this side where I can grab the camera out of the bag with my right hand. But we also have top access, and it's a really generous area up in this top compartment that I've stored a second photo camera, I've stored a cinema camera, or even lenses can go up here for quick changes without opening that rear panel and exposing all of your equipment. But of course, you can also store clothes and snacks or whatever else. That's generally what I've got up here when I'm traveling through an airport. We've also got this really handy little zip pocket at the top, which I love. It's great for sunglasses or anything else you might need to grab quickly. And I love it for the airport, where I usually keep my headphones in here, maybe my passport and a little phone stand. And I love having a quick access pocket like this on a backpack. And in the field, I will often even keep an ND filter in here for whenever I want to quickly capture some video, or I might put my lav mic in here, just anything that I need to maybe get out unexpectedly and quickly, and I don't want to open this back panel. It's so handy having the quick side and the top access options as somebody who travels with two camera bodies. It's just super useful, as well as also having the traditional clamshell access for times where I do want to put the backpack down and maybe use it as a surface to change lenses. And the only way, in my opinion, that Nomatic could have really improved on the access side of things is if we had a quick access zipper on both sides of the bag, but unfortunately we don't, we've just got it on the one side. Guys, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, and if you're a photographer, having a website is an essential, and with Squarespace, it is super simple. There are no coding or design headaches, just intuitive drag and drop tools that help you create a stunning website in no time. Or you can harness the power of AI to create your own digital identity using Squarespace's design intelligence. Or get started with Blueprint AI, which is Squarespace's AI-enhanced website builder, and you'll have a custom, unique website in just a few easy steps. And show off your portfolio with fully customizable galleries that are designed to make your work shine. Plus, if you've got something to sell, well, Squarespace has built-in e-commerce tools, including support for multiple payment options with Squarespace Payments. If you are ready to get started, head on over to squarespace.com/JamesReader and use code JamesReader for 10% off your first domain or website. Reason number 2 I love this bag for travel is comfort. And I've had many a trip hindered by uncomfortable backpacks. For example, my Peak Design Everyday 30-litre backpack. It's a great bag with great access as well, but it's just so uncomfortable, and I regret taking that thing traveling with me every time that I do. And actually, another one of the most uncomfortable backpacks I've used was the original Nomatic Peter McKinnon travel backpack. That bag was huge and I loved that bag as well, but again, just really uncomfortable, and it absolutely killed my back. But Nomatic have figured it out somehow, because not only is this bag really comfortable, but I also own the McKinnon Everyday backpack, and these two bags are two of the most comfortable bags that I have ever used. And this is only an 18-litre backpack, but even when this Luma is packed to its absolute limit with heavy cameras, lenses and tripods, this backpack has always remained comfortable. And I've trekked through some pretty tricky terrain and scrambled up mountains with this backpack, and it has just been fantastic for me. For me at this point, comfort is key when traveling, and this Luma backpack completely exceeded my expectations in that department. Okay, reason number 3 is the storage capacity. And yeah, this bag is rated 18 litres, so on paper, it is actually one of my smaller backpacks, but I can actually pack a lot of gear in this little bag. I can often store more in this bag than I can in many of my much larger capacity backpacks. It's really deceiving how much this Luma backpack can actually carry. So let's take a look inside, and we've got this nice spacious area for the majority of your gear. And I love the included dividers. They do protect your gear really well with just enough padding, but they're also quite thin, which means that they don't take up unnecessary space in the bag, and this just helps maximize every inch of the storage space. And despite the backpack being quite slim, you can store some taller lenses stood up if you want to. Even the 50mm 1.2 from Canon, you can store that stood up if you want, and you don't feel it dig into your back at all. And I love this top section too, which is separated with a really sturdy removable shelf. And I often actually at the moment store my Canon C80 cinema camera up here. We've also got these really handy zip pockets on the rear panel. We've got two separate ones at the top and then one big one at the bottom. And these are great for storing filters, SD cards, batteries, and things of that nature. In terms of what the bag can carry, let's have a look at my typical kind of travel loadout. So in the quick access section, I have my Canon R5 Mark II with the 24-70. And this is not a small lens or a small camera really. I can get it in and out of that quick access pocket, no problem. In terms of other lenses, I've got the 50mm 1.2 laid down here. I have the 35mm prime, and I've got the 85mm prime, all stored in here. And I could also actually put another divider in here and add another lens here if I wanted to. I've also got my DJI mic set slotted in here, and my GoPro, well, my Insta360 stored in this little bit. And in this top section, I've got the Canon R6 Mark II with the 35mm prime. And this absolutely flies into this top compartment. There's still plenty of room in here. In fact, when I'm traveling, I want to grab stuff quick. I might keep my Insta360 in the top here as well. In these back pockets, I have an ND filter stored up here. I have nothing up here, but down here I've got SD card case and a spare battery. So you can easily store 2 full frame camera bodies and lenses, and then still bring along another 3 to 4 lenses in this 18-litre backpack. And that is another reason that I love it for travel. So let's talk downsides, because although this is my favorite backpack, I don't think any bag will ever be perfect. And the first thing I would say is that this bag will get dirty pretty easily. It's just the nature of the materials, especially if you're going to pick up one of the lighter colors like mine. So maybe not the best option for, say, landscape photographers. I wouldn't pick this backpack if I'm going to be in a really muddy, wet environment, especially if you want to keep it looking nice, unless maybe you try the black version of this bag. Another downside is the single side pocket. It would have been nice to have one of these on both sides, like on the McKinnon Everyday Backpack, because I don't really like attaching a tripod to the front here, because it's just annoying when you do need to put your camera bag on the ground. So it would have been nice to have these pockets on both sides. I will briefly mention security, although I don't think it's totally fair to pick on this bag for it, because all of my backpacks have this issue where if somebody does know how to open this bag and they're walking behind you and they unzip it whilst you're wearing it, then all of your stuff is just gonna fall out everywhere. Luckily, never had that happen with any of my bags, and I was actually wearing this backpack in Milan last year where somebody did try and get into this backpack whilst I was wearing it, and they didn't have a clue how to get into it. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. And finally, I'd also say the price, because here in the UK anyway, this backpack is priced at just over £200, which I do think is a little on the high side. And I do think that's kind of standard for Nomatic. They make premium products, of course, but I just bought a Tenber backpack, which is larger than this and made from some fantastic weather resistant materials, and it was only £140. So for a bag like this, I think £150 or £160 might have been a little bit more reasonable. So that's the Nomatic Luma 18-litre backpack, and it's my favourite bag for travel right now by far. I've had it for just over a year, and it's come with me to Spain, Greece, Portugal, Montenegro, all over the place. And I just love it, particularly for urban environments. You know, just when you're exploring new cities, thanks to its comfort, the easy access, and the slim profile, it just makes it perfect for that. I would like to see a slightly larger version, just so I can squeeze my cinema camera in this top section just a little bit easier, but for everybody else with an average travel camera setup, I would highly recommend you give this backpack a try. But what are you using right now? What's your go-to camera backpack when it comes to traveling? Let me know down in the comments because I would love to know what you guys are using. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.